You're
right.
about to say
We're
Fulton
live.
fellas, eh?
Yeah, I
back.
was actually.
All right, October 12th. We're, what, week 6 now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Boys, sorry for the extended hiatus. I was moving, computer was packed up, and it was a doozy trying to get everything set up. But we're back. We have Dre, who is now the most recurring guest officially. We have Joe, or at Genghis Bomb. And we have Los, who will be eventually Border Boy. Is that what the
Hopefully.
All right, Border
Hopefully,
Boy.
yeah.
We do. We. I think it's written. We need someone else. We have someone that's AFK. I think he set his lineup and then he just, I don't know what happened. He's gone. So yeah. So again, sorry.
I've probably made more moves than him through proxy, through Joe and through Pepe. But
All right. So already manipulating the league, not even in it yet, and he's already making moves.
I'd never take your advice on fantasy football, but thank you for your input.
Sure.
All right, boys. Well, it's been a minute, and a lot has happened. The standings are different. Trades happened. A bunch of trades happened, I think. Well, I say a bunch, but it's probably, what, 3, 4? Nothing crazy? Anything y'all want to touch on as far as trades go? I think the last one, and the only one at the time, was Dre and Pepe.
League for Michael Thomas, right?
Michael Thomas and Zeke.
Dre, how do you feel that's been working out or not working out for you?
Well, so far, I don't think Michael Thomas has played a single game since the trade, or maybe one. But he is going to be back later, so I don't know. We'll see. Zeke is just a volume guy, nothing special. Pollard could beat him out if the coach is smart, but I don't know if it'll happen. You know?
Yeah, he is the more explosive back.
It's definitely been in your favor. I had one. I'd like to. I don't think. So I had one with Los. I traded AJ. No, I got AJ Dillon, and I traded away DK and David Njoku. And I previously mentioned it, or we spoke about it briefly. Joe had a comment. He said you gave up a lot, and so I'd like to hear y'all's take. What do y'all think? As it stands.
I initially wasn't a fan of DK, and I liked AJ Dillon's usage through the first couple weeks, and so I was okay, like from the outside in. I was okay with you letting go of DK, and then I thought AJ would be like a flex option for you, but luckily you haven't had to worry about that. You've been struggling at tight end, so Njoku's been popping off. I saw that you bid, what, 30 on Taysom Hill?
Yeah. I'm not proud of it.
I don't know. I think so far Zondo's won the trade. But
so what you're saying is initially you didn't know Geno Smith was going to be the most efficient.
I didn't know Geno Smith was going to be a dog, bro.
QB1.
Geno Smith is him, bro. He is.
He's so good.
But since then, he's been popping off. And so is Tyler Lockett, man. I picked him up off the waivers, and he's been riding my bench. I'm contemplating starting him this week or not, but we'll see. What's his matchup?
I'll say this, dude. Whatever Pepe does that doesn't make sense in the draft, you look at it and you're like, what the fuck? It works out. He's a wonderkind, dude. And in the FFF, he drafted both Lockett and Metcalf, and I remember telling him, like, I mean, you never know, I guess. And I don't know if he still has them both, but that's pretty wild that we kept them on, and he has some. Is
that the wisdom you said you were gifting people? I didn't
gift anyone.
I don't know. I guess.
No, whenever I see something, I still have the itch. I miss it. I'll send it out, and then that's all I do. I sent you some Twitter DM. I'll send you like 2 memes and then like a fantasy thing like sandwiched in between, and then I don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Before we move on, also I just want to mention on Taysom Hill, he's the third highest scoring tight end so far this year.
Ridiculous.
And I think next year, if he's still considered a tight end, I might not let that slide by. I don't think I'd want him starting as. Yeah.
It is weird.
It's weird.
When did that happen? Was that as of last year? I hadn't.
No,
played
I
in a
did.
couple
I think
years.
this year is the first year he's playing as tight end. Um,
That
but
was
yeah,
so weird.
He
it's
was
crazy.
always a quarterback previously.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was that
Mhm.
What did
was
he
that a
do
team
this
thing,
week?
Dre, for the Saints? Like, I don't know. Was that an advantage for them, or paying him like a tight end instead of a QB?
I
Or...
think they have more. Don't you have a certain amount of slots for QB to have in your
Okay,
team?
got it. So they didn't want him taking up one.
I think so. Yeah.
Makes sense.
And this past week, he ran in for what, 2, 3 scores, and then he also threw for one
I think he had
for
4
receiving one.
He- A
He had
tight end
4
throwing for touchdowns.
Ridiculous, man.
So
No,
wait,
I-
whoever had him at
Go ahead.
He
whoever
was on
had
the
him on
waiver.
tight end picked up the points as whenever he would get. No, or yes, sorry. I didn't-
No, he's been on the waivers. No one's played him. I think no one drafted him. I think Pepe picked him up at one point, dropped him.
But do you
and
mean he
then-
gets points for throwing a touchdown pass?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh
you do.
yeah.
in the
I
tight
think
end
that he did.
position.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Really?
same way a wide receiver or running back
Or like
gets
a trick
it,
play.
Yeah, when they
So
Maybe
I
those
think
seasons.
we're what, a third or a quarter of the way into the season. We can start with Andy. Andy, who's been your favorite pick thus far, and who is somebody you wish you would have drafted?
Who's my favorite?
Who's your favorite?
Like value pick or just like somebody who's gonna
Value or
get
just someone you love having in your starting lineups? It doesn't matter.
I'm gonna go, and it's between two, but I'm gonna go with Brees Hall, because I think he's gonna be a maniac this year. But yeah, it's between him and Diggs.
Diggs.
Yeah, Diggs is gonna carry me through the season, but I think Brees Hall is just gonna get more production going forward, and he's an animal. So
They're gonna phase out Michael Carter more and more. You think?
oh, he's already out, bro. After
already
this
out?
game, after this
Yeah.
game, like yeah, he's done. Brees Hall's gonna
Well-
be the New York Jets offense.
Well, Michael Carter stole 2 touchdowns. Though he got stopped at the one. Brees Hall did, and then Michael Carter went in for the next play. Dude, he
Yeah.
would have had so many points, an additional 12 right off the bat.
Yeah. I'm just hoping that he actually reaches the end zone going forward, and not the
That would
1 yard
help.
line.
That would
Yeah.
help.
But those two are my guys, I would say.
What about you, JB?
let's see.
Oh, Saquon, right? It has to be.
Dude, Saquon, if we were to redraft today, and I was watching the fantasy
One-
footballers, obviously number one. They
1-1,
took him
dude.
number
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
and it
They
makes
had him
sense.
number 1?
Yeah, 1-1.
He looks incredible, dude. And
No
finally
way.
seeing a
No, no,
healthy
no.
Saquon looks great.
Everyone had JT or CMC. Or what do you mean they took him?
If the season started over again, who would you draft?
Oh,
one?
they had like a
They had a
redraft,
redraft
recently.
today.
Got you.
Yeah,
got you,
yeah.
got you. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which
yeah,
was
I
interesting to see
figured-
because he's a monster.
Yeah, I figured as much. Like I said, it was mostly I didn't want to let somebody be able to run like Eckler and Saquon, like let him fall the way down.
Can you imagine Eckler and Saquon? Stupid.
Yeah, so it was definitely a reach. I would have liked to have been in their position a little bit earlier and be able to do that, but I guess that could be. I don't know. It actually might be Pierce, only because I feel like I reached a lot and I was pretty scared. But he's been good, man. He runs hard.
He runs mean, bro.
Yeah,
He looks good
I'm
out there.
happy. I think like weekly I see rankings. He's like up top 15 right now, so it's like it's good to know that I have potentially 3 like top 15 running backs on any given week. Although Aaron Jones has been pretty crap for the past 3 weeks now in a row. But like I told Joe, that means he's gonna have a blow up game soon. It might be on Joe this week. I don't know.
And would you look who you're playing this week? Me hurts, don't it?
That might
Look,
be
I'm
a
calling
good
it.
point.
25 points. If he doesn't score 25 points, I'll chug a beer. If he doesn't score. Nah, you know what? 20.
20.
But I'll virtually shake on it.
They are playing the Jets, so very possible.
Let's see, man. It looks like they kind of went away from the run for some weird reason, and it cost them. I don't know what they were trying
Plus
to do.
Rogers' revenge game. He's probably frustrated with that loss.
Everything was weird, man.
So,
Like,
not only did he lose to the Giants, he lost to Daniel Jones. So
No. He flew to London. Fucking-
flew to London.
Whatever that flight is from Green Bay to lose, dude. That must be brutal.
As a Rodgers owner, he's sucked nuts every single week.
He's still on your roster?
Yeah, he's still my starting QB. I'm not
Has he
starting
been
Wentz,
that
bro.
bad? I mean, like, has he been?
Yeah, he. I think he averages like 15,
Okay,
something like
great.
that.
Well, if you want to talk about the quarterback position,
You want to talk about quarterback?
through 5 weeks, I think I have maybe 40 points.
Oh,
Like flat through 5 weeks.
Who are
Through
you
five.
starting? I see Trevor Lawrence right now, but who were you
I've-
starting previously?
So I think the best quarterback game I've had was Trey Lance week 1 in the
Oh.
fucking monsoon game.
That's so
That was
sad.
like the best performance. After that, Trey Lance got injured in the like first couple
Tua?
plays. Then Tua got injured first couple plays. Who did I think? I guess I just threw Lawrence out there this past week, and that was a horrible game too. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I can ever
Kirk
top
Cousins.
15 points.
Who's got Kirk Cousins?
Ren.
I think Rennie does, right?
Yeah.
Ren.
Gonads.
Right.
Gonads.
Nice.
And what about
He's
you,
really
Joe? You
nice.
asked about our picks and our favorite. What's yours?
Bro, my team does not excite me. I think it's got to be between or Travis Kelce, who had I mean, he's tight end 1. I thought when I drafted him in the second round, I think I'd gone a little bit too high on him, but out of all my picks, he's probably the one that's paid off the best. On any given week, I think, I mean, I could have been down 15, 20 points, and he single-handedly would have won me the week this week. But I think my favorite player has been Jalen Hurts, and that's only because in previous years, I've always waited for quarterback in the later rounds, and I'd get the likes of Phillip Rivers or Matt Ryan, or I'd stream my quarterbacks, and now I got Jalen Hurts, and this week they were down at the 1-yard line or inside the red zone, and he rushed it in for 2 touchdowns, and that's already massive value there. So I love him. He's a threat throwing now. We used to think of him primarily as a running quarterback, but now like he can stay in the pocket, and bro, he's throwing to AJ Brown, who looks good, Devontae Smith, Goddard. So I think mine is the obvious answer, Travis Kelce, but I just love Jalen Hurts. Love him. Don't have to worry about quarterback position, and yeah, I think it's Jalen Hurts.
Your team, bro. I see it, and like knee-jerk reaction is it's ugly.
It's bad.
No, it just looks ugly. But at the same time, then you go a little bit towards the bottom, and then you see Zeus, Kelsey, and then Kamara, and so
Kamara finally came alive.
I think it's like starting
Taysom
off with
Hill-
James Robinson and Wilson that it kind of like
Yeah, I know.
what's going on.
Yeah, Taysom Hill's gonna be a problem for Kamara, but I mean, he saw 25 opportunities, 20 on the ground, caught 5 or 6 passes.
I think it's gonna be like that for long though. Once Winston comes back.
You think that'll help him? Help his production?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You as the resident Saints fan, I don't know. I drafted Kamara because all the draft experts, pundits, they loved him this year, and I was trying to go Alvin Kamara and then Aaron Jones on the turnaround, but that didn't happen for me. But all things considered, I'm not mad. I've mentioned this before. I have a very boom or bust team, and when it booms, it's gonna boom like it did this week. And when it busts, I mean, I went from last week scoring the least amount of points to the most this week. So,
But you're
yeah,
up
man.
there, in points every week.
Fantasy struggles, I love
that
it.
one bad week. So
yeah.
your team looks good. Your team looks good. I think you're too down on yourself.
Yeah. Wait, should we talk about other teams, matchups, other players? What should we do?
What's the game of the week? I mean, y'all went through. So JB, y'all are playing each other.
Mm-hmm.
What are y'all calling that game? What's that bowl?
What's that?
It's
What?
gotta be some like. What's the name of that bowl?
There's probably something
that
there
little
with the
matchup.
JB,
Oh no, we can play around with it. Let's look at one of the tighter matchups, which is Money Trees at Zondo, right?
Yes.
In Maxi, I think currently that's the only 50-50 matchup. And they both have really solid rosters. You got Kyler Murray,
Oh God.
who I don't like as a football player, but as a fantasy player, how has he been playing this year? Oh, he's been pretty bad. But he's going up against Joe
I
Burrow.
think he has like the most efficient like second half Like if you just took his second half numbers, he'd be the best quarterback. But the first 2 quarters are always super rough.
Yeah.
But
He's QB5.
Let's see. Yeah. No, he's been good. Tevin Coleman looks ugly there, but he has Henry on the bench. Yeah, he has. Oh, Henry's on bye. Okay, cool. And Waller got hurt. No, I think so. That's why he has the Pittsburgh tight end.
Yeah. But I don't know. I continue to go through the matchups and the rosters, and Dre, I still love your team, man. I think your only weakness right now is quarterback and tight end, but Higbee sees targets. Stafford looks his way. I feel like that's his second read. He goes Cup and then Higbee. Cup and then Higbee.
Hawk is my tight end. He just has a bye this week.
Oh, okay. He has a bye. And then
Did you guys see the power rankings for the league on Sleeper?
No.
There's power rankings, and
I didn't know that was a thing.
For week 6, the top 5: number 1, Dre; 2, Joe; 3, Mooseman; 4, JB; and 5 is Goose. That's for week 6 only, and then rest of season power rankings according to Sleeper, which is based on they're basing themselves off of Fantasy Pros, I believe.
Okay.
Rest of season 1, Dre. What a surprise, you know. Number 2, JB. 3, Gus. 4.
Analízame el culo. Still the best name in the league.
4 is Maxi, and then 5 is you, Joe.
Sweet, I'll take it. Top 5. That means I'm in the playoffs. So.
Gus sounds weird.
All 3 on
his team, like, really.
Where's Archie Goose in that? Archie Goose has a great team. He's sitting at the top of the standings right now.
Rest of season, he's not top 5, and it's probably because of matchups, probably. If I were to guess.
Oh, okay. So
that's a cool
when
feature.
You say it goes by the pros, you mean I would imagine their rest of season rankings for players, right?
I think so, yeah.
But
I just know it's Fantasy Pros.
Matchups as well.
I would assume, but I couldn't tell you. I didn't check all that. I just saw him right now, literally when I was coming.
Is that something only accessible to you because you're the commish, or?
No, there. It's there on Sleeper. If you open up Sleeper app and open up the little tab on the right side, and go to. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I don't know where I found it.
Oh,
if I open up Sleeper app, I have this amazing trade right now. As it stands, it's Dre gets Saquon, and I get Josh Kelly. I think that's his name, and Chris Olave. What do y'all think?
I love that Chris Olave wide receiver.
Yeah.
I think you should do it. Oh, okay, I found it. If you go to the league tab, you see the matchups, and then pull up the right side tab, and then it's at the very bottom where it says advice.
Oh, I got you.
And then there's player rankings and power rankings, playoff odds.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's pretty dope, dude. I like this. Power rankings. Nice.
Well, that's dope, Dre, that you let everybody know about that. That's pretty cool. I like hearing myself up there.
It's a little ego boost, right?
A little bit, yeah. Because I've had a lot of bad beats lately, or mostly bad beats. I think if anything, I've just had good matchups. I've gotten lucky with some matchups. Yeah, team's not looking so hot.
Against other league managers, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, I think my points for and against is like pretty low.
Yeah.
For the most part.
It's a great point, Kumba.
Sorry.
So Nick Chubb.
Ridiculous, man. He's so good.
Dude, I feel like I've watched a full Browns game. I've only watched Red Zone, but it's because Chubb is constantly on, dude.
They got the highlight of him getting a 30-yard run or whatnot.
He's just always on. So I feel like I've watched a full Browns game, but I haven't. It's just that they constantly have to. Here comes Nick Chubb, and you just know he's gonna score, dude. As
of right now, Carlos, on that point, he's number 1 running back and wide receivers combined. He scored the most points at 108 Yeah.
Nice.
Hopefully that defense can pull it together and they'll be good in the playoffs or make the play. I don't know what the record is, but you just don't want to see a season like that go to waste.
My bad. Had to mute my mic.
You're back on?
Yeah, back on.
Was your microphone off or what?
Yeah, she didn't know what I was doing, so she walked in and chilling.
Got you.
I heard Nick Chubb. That's what Moose, right? That's Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Was he not up there
Out of
in
Mark.
the rankings like rest of the season? I don't know if
I think it was
heard you mention
3.
3.
Yeah, something like
Good
that.
team.
Moose
Good
fan?
team. Good tight end. Good receiver. Running backs. Did Brady have like a magical resurgence as far as like fantasy quarterback play in the past couple of years? Because as a Patriot, he wasn't really highly regarded as a
I think
fantasy QB.
The previous 2 seasons he finished inside the top 10, if not the top 5. He led the league in touchdowns, if not the previous year, last year. I think it's the year they went to the Super Bowl. It was Gronk catching Mama's touchdowns. It was Mike Evans, Godwin. Who else? Yeah, no, but I don't know. I think he's looked really bad this year, but I
He's
don't
ranked
know.
7.
I don't know if it's because he has nobody to throw to because of injuries or what it is, but
He'll be better.
yeah. Well, Godwin's back and healthy. Evans is coming back from suspension. What did he do again? He shoved the player or punched the player?
The Saints cornerback, Lattimore.
Lattimore, right?
Yeah, but I think it's happened like a lot, like between them two, right? They always end up getting some type of scuffle and suspensions and whatnot.
Lattimore locks him up. Evans gets pissed.
You
should see those stats. They're crazy. Yeah, they're crazy.
Isn't Evans like a one-trick pony? He has the benefit of being 6'6" and huge, and all you do is throw it up to him. Like he's not a crisp route runner or anything.
Or a really good athlete either, but he's just made it work. I think I might have mentioned it at one point in one of these pods, but it was like I don't know how many concurrent seasons going 1,000 yards and like multiple touchdowns or like double-digit touchdowns. Like it just doesn't matter who's throwing to him, who he's going up against. Like always does well. So he's figured it out.
He took Johnny's magic, you know.
Yeah.
He stayed with it.
Oh, I forget. Yes, that was him. Ren's team, man. I have it pulled up here just because he's playing Mark.
Donut?
Yes, this is a really bad team. Oh, never mind. Okay.
It just hasn't worked out for him. Keenan Allen's Hodem. The Colts, everything the Colts are doing is a disaster.
Najee's horrible. No, yeah, I guess it's not.
I mean, Keenan hasn't played, right? Besides the first game.
The first game, and like, have you guys heard anything about him and what the injury is and why it's been so long? He's just something that like I never hear anybody talk about or when he's gonna come back or. But
I'm not sure.
Be good for Herbert, right?
Hey, so who's the team that just is not active? Is that Team Smart Football?
Yeah.
And dude, I'm looking at his team, and he has Mahomes, he has Mixon, Ceedee, Sanders. He has Kenneth Walker, dude. He was a big waiver wire ad this week.
Drake,
does anybody know what's going on with him? I'm trying to make a trade or something.
Didn't you join his league?
He invited me to a league, not his.
Oh, okay.
But he invited me to one of his friends' leagues.
And does it seem like
I need to text him. No, it's the same over there.
Oh well, I mean,
he's just a busy guy. But I'll text him either way.
I'm trying to facilitate a trade for CeeDee Lamb over here.
Nah. If anything happens with that team, it's collusion at this point. I wouldn't trust it. Like
I'm just gonna lock the whole roster.
Yeah, it's just like one of those things where it's like he might be like, all right, you took the time to like try and figure something out with it. Here, like, just do it. I don't care.
It's just Andy, dude. I want to see them both in the same room.
He's managing both teams.
It's his pool.
There's
He
been
just pulls and drafts from there.
Dre had you had a commissioner move or something earlier this morning, right?
Oh yeah.
What's going on there?
For Hera, he called me and like an old man, he couldn't figure out how sleeper worked. And he's like, bro, I'm trying to pick this guy up before someone takes him. And I'm like, well, pick him up, like waivers are done, bud. He's like, no, I don't know how. So I told him to close the app and open it again. He said that didn't work. So I was like, you know what? I'll just do it for you. So that's what you saw today.
Uh,
The guy's like
good guy
57,
Dre,
dude.
Good guy Dre. Good guy Dre.
Hey, Joe, you can't laugh. You can't laugh.
Yeah, I know. I struggled so much to even get my.
45 minutes ago, we sent the geek squad to your crib to set you up.
It was struggle city over here, man. But we're rocking now. We're rocking. Anything else you guys think we should cover in regards to players, matchups, games, the season in general?
I'm surprised no one's brought it up, dude. Cowboys.
Here we
Eagles.
go. Oh yeah. I as a fantasy player, I hope Jalen Hurts smacks him, but it's a difficult matchup with the Cowboys defense.
Those
And as a
games are
fan,
always weird, bro.
I hope the Cowboys win.
Those in-division games are always
Really?
weird.
I hope it's a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
Really
Give me
high-scoring.
give me lots of points.
No.
Give me
haven't been
31-28 Cowboys.
It's gonna be like 10.
I haven't been excited for a Cowboys game. Like now that we know Cooper Rush can play, and it's not going to be, well, it might be ugly, but it'll work. I'm gonna watch from beginning to end. Like I haven't watched the game because I'm just like, watch.
Yeah, that Rams
Like
game
2 hours of Cooper Rush. That was gross. I tried to watch that one,
it was ugly.
but I'm excited for this one. Undefeated, dude. Can he keep it going?
Who picked up Eno Benjamin, and is he any good?
Was it
Analicen
Matt
del
Hera?
culo.
Oh, it was Gus.
It's Gus. Yeah.
Well, his team.
What's going
Jay
on over
mentioned, was,
there,
like,
or
up
what?
top, and his team looked like it was like collapsing a bit, huh?
Yeah, well, it's because Connor got hurt, right? That's what I'm thinking. But is Eno the first?
That was another trade, wasn't it? Connor and was it Jamal Williams?
Oh yeah.
That was
yeah.
bamboozled.
Made.
By the way, on that topic, I don't know how you guys feel, but like as far as etiquette goes, when someone sends me a trade, one, I get happy. I'm like, all right, someone's looking at my team. Like we got some movement going, and so it's like an opportunity to talk to someone. I always either at least reject it at the very least. If not, I'll counter or we'll get into a conversation. But how do y'all feel? Because there's people who like they just don't respond. They leave it there, and most of the time, I think people when it comes to it, I think they leave it there for that exact reason. I'm just gonna leave it there. If a player gets injured, I'm just gonna put accept and just like completely bamboozle them. So, but at the same time, it's on the fantasy owner to put either a time limit, which is cool. I don't know if that's new. I don't know if that's just for sleeper, but you can definitely put a time limit on the trade. And I don't know. How do y'all feel about that?
I didn't know that there was one. Like, managers know what they do. They know what they're sending and what they're receiving when they accept the trade. Me personally, I always reject it. So if players leave the trade offer there, I've never taken offense to that. That's just me personally.
Wait, you guys both always reject trades, like first time around?
No. Like
Yeah,
at the very
if I don't
minimum,
like
because
it,
people
Oh,
leave them
okay,
there.
okay.
People
Got it,
just
got
like
it,
let
got
it
it.
sit. They won't hit you up. Say I didn't really like it. Like there's no conversation going.
Yeah, there
which-
should be some sort of response there, I think. So I'm with you on that.
I mean, it's part of the game, and I think it's one of the more fun parts, right?
Or like at
It's
least
not
a
much you can
GIF.
do.
Yeah.
Just a funny sticker.
Yeah, funny sticker,
I don't think there was any right or wrong. I think we had that kind of situation. I don't think there was a right or wrong. I think both parties.
Yeah, it's still fucked up by Heda though. He called me like laughing his ass off, and I was like, "You fucker!" And like,
Oh really?
you knew what you were doing.
Oh.
Yeah, but I told him it wouldn't happen again. Can't let that like just
mean,
because
it
I
can
didn't know there was
happen,
timers and shit.
But
Nah, it's still fucked up,
Pepe
though,
As
like-
as a new kind of sort of new to fantasy, that's like one thing to kind of look at is like if you leave the trade there, anything can happen. I think Maxi before the game started, or the game started this week, he sent me something for Saquon that involved Fournette, and in my head I'm like, like just knowing the bad juju, I was like, I'm gonna reject this, and Saquon's gonna get hurt, and it was looking like that. I could have been a twat and like left it open just for that, because it immediately runs through my head like the possibilities, but I mean I chose to reject it. We spoke a little bit, but his running backs had really good weeks, and I don't have much to pretty top heavy.
You could have accepted that trade like after the injury if it had remained open.
No, we started speaking on it immediately. I rejected it.
But to your earlier point, had you not and you didn't accept or reject, and then you see that happen, you can be like, oh, okay, let me go accept this trade.
If I was that type of fantasy player, I could have left it there because it immediately crossed my mind that that's a possibility. Like it's an option I have. Should I want it? Because I didn't see a timer, and I don't know that Maxi was gonna like take it off the
offer. Yeah,
but that's what.
As an observer, as an audience, that's fucking hilarious, dude, that he did that. Like that's crazy. But it's good because it exposes a vulnerability, and then you fix it, and now you fix it.
I mean, that's why I don't.
But I love it.
Yeah, it was good. I mean,
I love it.
Savage.
There we go. That's what it was. It was savage. And he said it himself. Desperate times, desperate measures, and Connor's horrible as a running
week
back.
2. When was this?
Connor is absolutely horrible.
2 or 3.
And I think Jamal had a really good week. That he had put like 33 points up or something like that.
Yeah.
To no avail. I think Hedda might have still lost, but I don't know. Juju, reverse Juju. I don't know, all that good stuff. And Dre's a really big proponent of reverse Jujus.
Is reverse Juju real? Let's take a poll. Dre, is it real?
No.
Dre has some crazy energies. I don't know who he's praying to.
He showers in goat blood for sure.
I know he was freaking out with CEH, and I saw the touchdown happen. I was like, oh no, Dre. And I turned around, I looked back, and they
there's a penalty.
There was a penalty, and every time they got to the goal line, I don't know how many times, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna run again.
Boy.
And or they brought McKinnon in. He wasn't even on the field. Like he didn't Dre didn't even have to be scared. Like he wasn't even on the field. It was McKinnon.
To what God do you pray, bro?
I married a real witch, brother.
Los, I know you're a nightmare to play the week of the matchup. You start sending stuff like good game, or like through the course of the Sunday, you're like, nah, you already won, good stuff. So I, for one, am relieved you're not playing. So, but you do believe in reverse Juju, right?
I will it, dude.
You will.
It's not that I believe in it. It's more for me. Like it just gives me comfort to send that.
But do you know the level of troll, dude? I hate. Like I get away from my phone.
You just block them, Joe.
You like it though, because you enjoy it too. You would do it to me too. I don't know if it was just with me.
You'd send gifts to my players and everything. You're a nightmare. You're a nightmare.
I've never seen Joe on a Sunday. You don't actually watch football, right? Like you just like go do other
I dabble in and out. Yeah, no, it puts me in an awful mood.
And you turn off your phone, right?
Yeah, I'm away from it. I'll start watching
the
movies,
app, and then you re-download it for waivers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I've seen that live. Live where he like, we'll be at some restaurant, and then I'm like, how's it going? And he's like, fuck, I gotta re-download the app, and then he forgets the password, and the game's already over. I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like,
dude,
the app. So.
Fantasy is the bane of my existence. I don't know why I keep coming back for more, but yeah.
I do the opposite.
You constantly check?
Go ahead, Lo. No, I only watch football when I play fantasy.
Oh, okay, I got you.
I watch.
What were you gonna say, Los?
Can't wait to see
and get really mad.
I can't wait to see Joe win, because it's gonna be like LeBron in Cleveland, dude. He's gonna be like crying and on the floor. It's gonna be so emotional.
Oh, actually win a league.
He's just gone through so much. Yeah, when you win it all. I'm gonna be happy for you, even if I'm playing. You've just gone through so much, dude. You deserve your own 30 for 30.
He's a really good. Well, always a really good in-season player. Like, I mean, he's making playoffs. He does really well. Team always looks great. Something happened last year, right? There was
He's the Packers
situation.
I'm the Packers. What, last year?
We don't talk about it.
Something happens every year, bro. I get fucked out of a bye week, or I'll get the 6 seeds best fucking point output, and it happens to be against me in the playoffs. And yeah, no, or like, you know how I draft running back heavy and I get the handcuffs. I remember one time I think Dalvin Cook got out, and I put Madison into the lineup for a playoff game, and I think he only got like 7 points or something like that. I don't know, man. It's because I don't have exciting players, and I feel like the exciting players, like the Ecklers of the world, the Diggs of the world, the who else is
But
next
you
one?
had
The
Eckler
Justin
like every
Jeffersons.
season of your life.
Yeah, but I mean, I've never won a championship, so.
You love yourself some Josh Jacobs, dude.
Yeah, except this year. And of course, it's the year he's popping
And
up.
he's doing well, yeah. And he's doing
Classic.
It took him a little bit, but he's doing well.
Yeah.
Hey, fucking Archie Goose is still at the top of the league, dude.
Did you
I love
expect
that
him to
Archie
go
Goose is
down?
at the top of the
Or do you
league.
think he was gonna? Is he on 2 losses in a row or no? No, right?
He just lost the median and the matchup. That's why this is his first bad week.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he was undefeated. He was 8-0.
Dre,
No, his
did
team,
you-
his team is great.
Did you at any point really think that it's not smart football? Is it smart football? Aaron's team?
Mm-hmm.
Like, was he on your watch at all, or you were just like it's CEH and that's it? Because he ended up sliding in over you.
Oh yeah,
in the
with
meeting.
Patty.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I think he needed like 20 some points, and I was like, well, it's more likely that CEH gets the points.
The 10. Oh,
So
okay. he
once
was on
I
your
saw
radar.
that, once I saw that, I was like, yeah, Mahomes, like, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, no,
So you did lose the median this week.
yeah,
You
because
lost
of Mahomes, I lost the median.
I know you guys talked about it on a previous pod, but I love the dynamic of having the median, bro.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I mean, definitely give us your thoughts. We haven't heard yours.
Well, I've been on both ends of it where I'll lose the matchup, but I squeak by on the median. So that's nice. And I'd had to tune in on a Monday to make sure that I would. Or there was one week where I won the matchup, but I lost the median. And there's always something to look forward to. And I don't know, it just adds another layer of, I don't know, I'm going to say the word excitement, but what I should say, it's another level of stress. Like Dre, he had the matchup won, and he's stressing out about the median. He thought it was going to come from Archie, and it comes from Patrick Mahomes. But I like it, and then it shakes up the standings more. And I think, I mean, to the extent that you could be a good manager in fantasy football, something you have zero control over, I think it rewards the good managers. I mean, just my example here, I hate to go to him. It's Team Smart Football. They haven't managed it for whatever reason, and he's at the bottom of the league. And then the more active managers are up at the top, or I don't know. I think it makes your quest for playoffs, I don't know, that much more rewarding. I don't know. I love it. It's fun.
Los, you haven't experienced it, obviously, but you had some thoughts, right? And I don't know if you've seen our standings or how it's, because I think that was your biggest question, right? The standings towards the early, like a team like Archie that gets hot and records a bunch of like double dubs. Any thoughts? Anything changed? I don't know if you have access or if we should send you a screenshot of the standings or.
No, I don't have access. But no, I think that was in the beginning, trying to figure out what that mean looked like, or like how. I mean, it was just completely new, so we're wondering. But I still think that could happen, where maybe Archie gets hot all the way up to like week 8, and then for some reason injuries or something, and then he squeezes in the playoffs, and he has a thin roster, and then whoever gets him, you know. But that happens in like a league without that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at the same time,
it might-
at the same time, like his team gets cold, but another team gets hot and starts getting double wins, right? Pushes him out.
Right. It just might be a slightly bigger question, but I don't know. I think it's just gonna be fun to see it play out. What I hear, everyone loves it, dude. Like right away when I talk to anyone who's in the league, they bring that up. They bring up the sleeper app. They bring up how much you and JB are on top of things. they bring up this podcast, so it's going great.
Oh,
I'm
bro,
excited.
I had some customers come in today, and there were some two girls, and they do like anime and drawings and shit. And I was like, can you guys do stickers and logos and shit and avatars? So stickers probably coming soon to the WhatsApp group.
I love what this has become, dude.
Logos coming, stickers coming, all that good stuff. Maybe new logo too. Same name, just better, you know. So stay in tune for that as well.
Beautiful.
I
almost
love
thought
the
you were
effort.
gonna
I
say
love
they went
the.
into the podcast for some weird reason. Like maybe they looked you up and like you just randomly came out in a Google search. But we're not there yet.
Who's gonna be our first big sponsor? Who do we want? MeUndies?
Smart
Cash App?
solutions.
Would be good. Bro.
Smart Solutions.
Reuse.
He just buys a league. Says fuck everyone.
He buys his spot. He buys his right to a team that just like sits there and does nothing. Screws Los out of his spot.
Oh crap! I can't wait. I will say, like, I sleep a lot better.
Yeah.
I'm not stressed, but I watch the games and I'm just like, I can't help to wonder, like, if Gabe Davis, like, I watched that 98-yard touchdown live and I was like, damn, I wonder who has him. And then of course that's you, right, Joe?
Of course,
Yeah.
Joe.
And so, or then I'll get a tweet, someone's down, and I'm like, damn, I wonder whose day just got completely ruined. No matter what, like, you could have gotten the best news ever in your personal life, but that just, it fucks it. So it's funny just how much value we put into it, but then when you don't, you just get to see it from the outside, and it's fun.
In contrast, I'm very much like Joe, an angry fantasy player. I'm not a lucky person in general. So, and I have a lot of bad beats. So I get angry really easily, but it's been so nice with getting rid of the defense and the kicker. Like
Thank God.
just that lightened it up so much that I'm not that angry anymore. And not having a punishment at the end of the season definitely makes things a little easier. So
Three
it's still
amazing subtractions: the punishment, kickers and defenses. Yeah, man. Great. What is that?
League
Shots
setting?
fired.
I don't know.
shots.
I will say the punishment should be something that punishes you in fantasy football. Like, it'd be really cool later on, and I know, like, you gotta, like, if you do the, what's that league called, the keeper league, like, or even draft pick swaps, like, it'd be really cool if the punishment actually hurts you the following year, because you do want to have an incentive. Like, what I want to see is, since there is no punishment, what happens, like, those last couple of weeks with the people that are in the bottom. Like, are they going to set up their lineup? And of course that's going to fall on y'all, because I will say, like, I was sweating all up to the moment I was good that I'm not in the punishment. I was still on the fucking beat, dude, like, making sure I got. And I picked up what's his name from the Lions, long last name.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, the Sun God.
Yes, I picked him up the last 3 weeks, I think, last season. Popped off, I was safe, didn't
You were in the
lose.
clear.
So there is some pro to the punishment. Obviously, like, it's a bummer that you got to be worrying about that, but I think if y'all can come up with a way that punish where it hurts you the next season while you're playing, then at least you keep people on their toes all the way till the end.
I've
Yeah,
seen
you're right.
fun ones. I mean, or like, I don't know how fun, but I've seen a guy who had to go to like a pancake house and they do like all you can eat pancakes, and his punishment was like you either stay there 24 hours because they're open 24 hours, or you eat, I don't know if it was like 48 pancakes. So like it's either or. You start smashing
I'll stay there
pancakes.
24 hours, bro. Dude, I would. I don't want to go to the restroom after that. I don't. I'll take a sleeping bag if they let it. Take my laptop, a charger, and we rock, bro. I'm not eating 48 pancakes. Fuck that.
Maybe
I'm not
one
eating
day,
more than
maybe.
5. I'm sorry.
No, you're
Not
fine.
doing it.
But maybe one day. I mean, at the same time, people leave leagues, and it's usually that person that didn't care. So, I don't know. And you're not gonna enforce it anyways. But
That's what's exciting. It's our first year, and I mean, different league settings, different rules. We got a podcast now. I'm excited to see where it goes. I think you guys are steering us in the right direction, and it can only continue to get fun, more fun. And then, like Lo says, punishments for the following year, not just something embarrassing. You can do something fun like the pancake or something to that nature. But it'll be fun. Dude, can I say, I think next year, maybe add an extra flex spot? No? Yes? I mean, that's something we'll talk about for next year, but.
Yeah, no, I think get everyone's feet wet and adjust it to all the different things that we have going on, and then yeah, I think definitely add an extra flex at the very well. I don't think I want to dabble too much into 2 QBs or super flexes because that would be a big change for me. So I would imagine it would be a big change for everybody, and I don't know how long everybody's
the pro.
and whatnot. No, not at all. But it changes things a lot for sure.
Yeah, that's.
But I don't know. Y'all have any more thoughts, or should we end it? I know it's 10 o'clock for us.
No, nothing to add. I don't think we had a plan for this one, but all things considered, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
We didn't. Boys, apologies. I know we were kind of just winging it, talking, and if you're here with us, we appreciate you. Guys, Los, Dre, Joe, thank you for coming on, and we'll see y'all hopefully next